My sixth graders, let's go ahead and get this homework out of the way. I'm going to do all the even ones tonight. First, we are going with the tables here. It says complete the table and the graph, the pair of values. So let's see here. If I'm looking at this, I see 2, 4, it's going up by 2. This must be 6, right? And let's see what's going on with this that it's not letting me. There we go. Must be 6. And if this is 3 and 6, it's going up by 3s, so this must be 9, right? So over here we'll go 2 and 3. So where this is 4, that must be 2. And where this is 4, this must be 2. So 2 and 3 will be about right here. Redo that dot just because. There we go, right there. And then we have 4 and 6. 4 and 6 would be about right here. We know that 6 is here because this is 4 and this is 8. And that's a difference of 4. So half of that must be 6. Then we got 6 and 9. 6 would be here. 9 would be about right. Well, this is 8. This must be 9. Okay. Of course, if we created a line going through all these dots, it would look like this. Yep, about like that. Okay. So you can see we'd have our 1 dot here, 1 dot here, 1 dot here. Oops, sorry. 1 dot here. All right. Let's go ahead and work number 8 now. Student runs 2 minutes for every 10 miles. 2 minutes every 10 miles. Complete the table. That means in 4 minutes you'll run 20. This is going up by 2. So then I can say if this is 2, 4, this must be 6. And if this is 10 and 20, that's going up by 10s. So I can say this must be 30. Let's see, graph the pairs. If I graph it, I got 2 and 10. 2 and 10 would be about right here. And we got 4 and 20. 4 and 20 would be right here. And 6 and 30. 6 and 30 would be here. We go ahead and we make our line. We see it's crossing right through there. All right. For how long would the student walk if he runs 7 minutes? So 7 minutes. We have to do is find the ratio. We can do this by finding what 1 is. So to do this, we're going to take 10 and divide it by 2. And actually, we can only do this if it crosses through 0, 0. So let me show you 2 ways. 1 is 10 divided by 2. That gives me 5. So for every 1 minute, I go 5. And that would mean for 7 minutes, I would take 7 times 5. Right? Because that's going to be 7 over 1. Or 5 over 1 times 7. That would be 35. So how long would the student walk? 35 minutes. Or 35, let's see, if he runs, he would walk for 35 minutes if he ran 7 minutes. All right, and let's see the other way now. The other way would be to realize if it wasn't going through here, the change from here to here, and that's 10. The change from here to here is 10. And the change from here to here is 2. The change from here to here is 2. That's a change of 10 over 2. All right, we're going, and that's going to go ahead and be 5. And again, 5 times 7 minutes is going to be 35 minutes. All right, let's go to that was number 8. I got number 10 now. A bread recipe calls for 4 cups of white flour for every 5 cups of whole wheat flour. So for 4 cups of white flour, I'm going to get 5 cups of whole wheat. That means for every 8 cups, we're doubling this, right? Multiplying it to 2, so we got to multiply this by 2, and that's going to be 10. And actually, it looks like we added 4 here, right? So we're adding 4 over here, and we've been adding 5 here, so we're going to have to add 5 here, so that'd be 15. And that means we're adding 4 over here again to get 16, which means we're going to add 4 over, or 5 over here again, which will make 20. It does say to complete the table. Then says then graph it. So when the flour, which is x, is 4, and we're just going to make this, see if we can make this 4. Actually, let's go ahead and do this by 5s. So this would be 10. This would be 20. This would be 30. And this would be 5, so this would be 10. This would be 20. And this would be 30. All right. So when the flour is 4, and 4 would be a little less than 5, and this would be 5 right here. And when this is 8, this would be 10, so we got 8 would be about right here, 10 would be about right here then. And then it says 12 and 5. Well, 12 would be about right here, and then 15, excuse me, not 5. 15 would be about right here. And then you got 20 and 16. 16, when this is 16, would be right here. 20 would be about right here. If we went up again, this would be 25, and this would be 20. Because this would be going up by 4 again, and this would be going up by 5 again. So we could even put one here at 20 and 25 just to make sure we got it perfect. And now we can make a line from here going straight through showing all of our dots. Okay, let's go to number 12. High order thinking question. Ishwa, excuse me, can read 5 pages in 15 minutes. Okay, Annie can read 15 pages in 1 hour. Explain how you could use a table or a graph to find how much longer it would take Anne to read a 300-page book than Ishan. All right, so if I use a table, let's see, we will make a table here. Okay, oops. Let's find out where the table went. Ah, there it is. All right, let's just shrink this a little bit. Okay, so if we have the table here, remember it said Ishan can read 5 pages in 15 minutes. So that would be 5. Ooh, that's big. Okay, let's shrink that down a little bit. And we're just gonna factor of this. There we go. Let's make this 5. And we'll make this in 15 minutes, right? Oh boy. All right. So that would mean 5 more minutes go by. It'd be 10 minutes. Oh boy. And that would mean 15 more minutes would go by here to make this 30. Okay. And then go here. That would be 5 more, which would be 15. And that would mean you have to go 15 more, which would make this 45. All right. And again, 5 more up here would be 20. And 15 more over here would be 60. And now 5 more up here would be 25. And 15 more here would be 75. All right. Now this was Ishan. Or Ishwar, excuse me. Okay, now it says Anna could read 15 pages in 1 hour. All right. 15 pages in 1 hour would be Anne. So we're talking about Anne's table. Okay, and we bring this down. Anne's table, we're just going to put 4 of them in here because we won't need as many. And let's go ahead and highlight all of these. Maybe not. All right, so all these are going to be, we'll put these at 18. Anne can do 15 pages, right? This was 5 pages in 15 minutes. Anne can do 15 pages in 1 hour, so that would be 60 minutes, right? That means in 15 more pages, which would be 30 pages, she would take 2 hours, which would be 120. Now, we really don't even need to go any further than this because it says, explain how you could use a table or a graph to find how much longer it would take Anne to read 300 pages. Well, I guess actually we have to keep going on because we're talking about 300 pages here, right? If we did this, this is going to be, let's see, 15 more pages would be 45. Another 60 pages would be 180. Another 15 pages would be 60. Another, excuse me, yeah, and that would make about 240. So actually we needed one more of these. Let's see if we can extend it. See if we can customize a table. Doesn't look like it's going to let us. number of columns. Let's make it, that was over here. It doesn't look like it. Cancel. We know that we're going to need one more table here. Now here we go. Merge cells. Insert another column. There we go. And over here, we'll insert another column. Okay. And so now here, adding another 15 would be 75. And we said this was 240. So this one is going to be 300. Okay. And now it says, explain how you could use a table or a graph to find how much longer it would take Anne to read 300 than Ishan. Well, remember, Ishan is reading, let's see here. I guess we could insert one more table here, one more column, and one more column here. And that would mean 5 more minutes would be 30 minutes. And we said this was 75. And that would make this one, well, 15 more is going to be 90. All right. So we know in 30 minutes he could read 90, right? Making it even easier. If it takes 10 pages, in 10 pages, Ishan could read for 30 minutes, and that would mean 30 minutes would take, or 30 pages would take 90. It says here, and we're just going to put that here, in 30 pages, okay, he could read in 90 minutes. And now we have, what was this? Anne in 30 pages. It takes her 120 minutes. All right. So that tells me that it's taking Anne 30 more minutes to read, let's see, for every 30 pages, and it's going to be taking 30 more minutes. Now, we know in 300 pages, it takes her 75 minutes. What we have to wonder is, how long will it take Ishan to read 300 pages? Well, we know that 30 times 10 will give us 300, which means 10 times 10 will give us 100, right? So he can read, explain how you can use a table or a graph to find how much longer Anne would take to read 300 pages. Let's see, how much longer it will take Anne to read 300 pages. So I'm thinking that Anne's going to read, let's see, in 75 minutes here, it takes you to read that, and we're going to get 180 minutes, 180 pages here in 60 minutes. So Anne could read 300 pages books. How much longer will it take Anne to read 300 pages, a 300-page book than Ishan? We can see this by multiplying these two by 10. Because if we have 30 pages here in 90 minutes, and we have 30 pages here in 120 minutes for Anne, that tells me if I multiply this times 10 to get 300 pages, I'd have to multiply this by 10, which tells me that to read 300 pages, Ishwar will take 900 minutes, right? But over here, Anne is getting 30 pages in 120 minutes. So if we multiply this That's to 10. And we have to multiply this to 10. That's going to mean that it takes Anne to read 300 pages. It will take her 1,200 minutes. Okay, that tells me she's going to take 300 more minutes than Ishwa, and 300 more minutes, 300 minutes. If there's 60, there's 60 minutes in an hour, that means 30 divided by 60 will give me 5 hours, right? 5 hours. So it's going to take her 5 hours longer to read that book, okay? And that's what I came up with. If I was making a table, then we would put these coordinates in it, and that would go ahead and tell us that Ishwar was going to read quicker than Anne. All right, and that's all the ones I had to do tonight. So good luck with the ones you got, and I'll see you in class.